Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What is up, everybody? I'm Dylan, and I got a fun one for you today. We're going to be learning a solo acoustic arrangement for the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Otherside. There's some of those songs out there that just work really well for a solo acoustic arrangement, and this is one of them. I think this sounds great. There's only a couple parts you have to learn. There's a fun little intro there that sounds great, not that hard to play. Chords are pretty simple chords, nothing crazy here. And yeah, overall just a fun, pretty easy song to play. So I will say that as you're learning this, I do have a full cover of this song up on the channel. I'll link that in the top right hand corner of the screen right now, as well as down in the description. If you want to watch that and play along with it from beginning to end, that can help as you're learning the song. Also, if you're enjoying this content, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm having a lot of fun making videos for this channel, but we're just getting started. So every single like, comment, subscription really helps. If you're enjoying this tutorial, there's gonna be a lot of stuff like this. So go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you on that next video. With that said, let's jump into the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Otherside. All right, we're gonna start with a little intro here. Now, this intro is the same chord progression as the chorus, and the intro jumps right into that chorus. So we'll go through this kind of picking pattern here, and it sounds really good for how simple it is, in my opinion, all right? So we're gonna start with an A minor, all right? Next, we're gonna go to a F. Now, the way that I think it sounds best in this song to play the F is without barring that bottom string. So leaving that bottom string open. So that's how I play it, is basically like you would play a normal F, just leaving that bottom string open. You can play it multiple different ways. If you want to play your bar chord F, that works. If you want to play it just these three fingers, if you don't know your F and you struggle with it, you can play it with just these three fingers and get away with it. That would be index finger, second string, first fret, middle finger, third string, second fret, and ring finger, fourth string, third fret, and strum the bottom four strings. You can get away with that. You can also get away with how I learned it, with barring the bottom two strings and playing it that way. I think it sounds best though whenever you get all four fingers involved and play your F like that. So whichever way you prefer there, just get your F, and then we're going to go to a C, traditional C, and then we're going to a G. Now, for me, whenever I go from a C to a G, I get my pinky involved and play a G like this. If you don't know that version of a G, no problem. I learned a G like this whenever I was first learning. So however you play your G is fine. It'll work here. To go through those chords again, we're going to go A minor, F, C, G. One thing I will say is if you don't know that change from the C to a G like I'm doing, that'll help you a lot to change faster in those two chords. It's just just getting your pinky involved is the only tricky part there. But you'll use that a lot. So if you want to learn that, go for it. Anyway, so that's the intro and the chorus chord progression. For picking out those notes in the intro, we're going to focus on just the fourth, third, and second strings. We're going to try to do just down strums on those through the first couple chords. So this is what that sounds like in the A minor, right? That's 3 down strums. Then a down strum on the F. We're gonna do 2 down strums there. So 3 down strums, A minor. Bum, 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 bum. When we get to that G, we're opening up. So let me go through what you're picking out there, right? A minor, 3 down strums. Bum, bum, bum. F, 2 down strums. Bum, bum. And then we're going to solo pick the second string while lifting our index finger up. So we're still in the F, we're lifting our index finger up, we're picking the second string, bum. Then we're picking the string above it, that's the third string. And then we're going to lift our middle finger and pick that third string again, open. And then we're switching to a C, then to our G. Now for that, A minor and F definitely only focus on the fourth, third, and second string. With the C, you start to open it up a little bit. When you get to the G, you start to get more strings involved, okay? So let's play through that again. Bum, bum, bum. more time, okay? Bum, 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 bum. Trickiest part there is when you get to that F after the 2 down strums, you're doing 2 down strums. Then you switch to that C quick and get that strum. All right, you'll get it. Just keep practicing that. And the good news is you've now learned the chord progression for the chorus. All right, and that's what it goes right into. So we'll play through that intro once and then go into the chorus. All right, so. Okay, so now we're full strumming in that chorus. We're not, focusing on just those middle 3 strings anymore. We're out of the intro, we're into the chorus. All right, as far as the strumming pattern here, we're gonna go down, down, up, down, up, down. All right, so. Now, one thing I will say is on that first upstroke, you dig a little bit harder into those strings to accentuate it a little bit, all right? Listen for that. Okay, you hear that? All right, so you know the intro, you know the chorus. We're gonna talk about the verse now. It's not that bad, all right? For the verse, it starts out in that A minor. So let's play through the chorus one time and I'll show you how it goes into the verse, all right? So here's the chorus. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right, so you can see it goes from the chorus, ending on that G, to that A minor, and it just stays there. And the first chord of the verse is that A minor, and then it goes to an E minor. Bum, 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 bum. And they just go back and forth. Bum, 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 bum. And then we go to a G, and back to that A minor. We stick with that A minor for like twice as long. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right, so that's the first playthrough of the verse. We go into that again, but the second playthrough we go into a back and forth G and A minor thing. Let me play through that for you. So A minor. E minor, A minor, bum bum bum, bum 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 bum. Then we're back on that chorus. Bum 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 bum. All right, so. The whole verse is only A minor, E minor, and G, but the first playthrough, you only hit that G once. The second playthrough, you hit that G to A minor back and forth a couple times before going into the chorus again. So let's play through a full verse right here. We'll start at the A minor and the E minor back and forth, play through a whole verse, both iterations, so you can see how that flows, all right? So, bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. A minor, E minor, A minor, E minor, A minor, E minor, G, A minor, G, A minor. G, twice as long. A minor. We're back into that chorus now. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so you got the intro, you got the chorus, you got the verse. Now all we got to do is cover a bridge. It's a short little bridge, only 2 chords, and we're done, all right? So the bridge is E minor and C. So it sounds like this. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So we're just going back and forth between E minor and C. And we're back to the chorus. All right, so that bridge is just E minor and C, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then we go back into that chorus chords for like a solo. I've played through them once. We do a chorus again, and that's it. That's the whole song. You're there. So just let's play through that bridge one more time into the chorus, solo / chorus, and then we'll see how that flows. All right, so. Solo. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so there you have it. That's the entire song. That is a fun one, right? Not too bad at all. Work on that picking in the intro. You'll get it. And just the kind of timing of how the chorus comes out of the verse, and that all works. All right, so there you go. Red Hot Chili Peppers' Other Side. Just work on that intro picking part. You'll get it. It's a little bit tricky at first, but it'll click for you. And that's a really fun one to play that a lot of people know, and it sounds really good on that solo acoustic arrangement. So once again, if you all enjoyed this, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.